Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Sovereign Goddess Sanctuary experience. My name is Vandana Ataranora. Thank you so much for joining. And thank you for whoever has been able to find their way to join the call live today. More people have signed up, so we are going to just get started right away for time's sake, just to respect your time. And also I'm here to just really share whatever it is you need to hear. So this session, this Q&A session is really an opportunity for you to ask me any questions in the chat box, or you can unmute your microphone, turn on your camera, and we could just have a more informal conversation. It's not a formal class or a workshop or anything like that at all. But I do have a presentation that I'd love to share with you just to give you a better idea of what I have just given birth to. And the Sovereign Goddess Sanctuary is a place that you can come home to. So it is a monthly meeting, a safe and sacred space where uh, whoever identifies as female and would like to heal their divine feminine side, as well as your female lineage and bloodline, it's a place where you can come to speak your truth, to empower yourself, and to hold space for others, as well as receive support in a very open-hearted, compassionate, loving, and kind, non-judgmental space. So just to let you know a little bit about me, if you're new to my work, I've been a Reiki master teacher since 2007. Most recently, several years ago, became a certified medical Reiki master teacher, and basically have been certified in many different modalities, all revolving around how to live uh, a more conscious life, and how to get unstuck, how to shift and raise your vibration no matter what's happening around you. So in 2012, I channeled my own healing modality system of transformation called accelerated light healing. It used to be called rich healing many years ago, which consisted of lots of clearings and light codes to kind of release, to release and let go of all of those programs, those autopilot programs and patterns, the conditioning that we were all raised with, or at least most of us were. And this is a place where you can just come to become more aware of where you're limiting yourself by pretending to be smaller, or by holding back your voice and not feeling worthy enough. So this is the place that everyone needs. We all need to be connected. We all need to stay connected, and we all need each other. So thank you, Sony. Is it Sunny or Sony? I think it's Sony, but let me just read your chat. Thank you for attending in person or live, as close as we can be to each other in person, right? So Sony says, hello, Vandana. Thank you for holding this gathering. This is my first time here. Looking forward to seeing what unfolds. Yes, me too. And thank you for taking the time, because we're all so busy, and I really appreciate you carving that time to take this gentleness break and to put your to-do list down and to really create what is the most important thing for you. In other words, what's your number one healing priority, and why did you come to this call today? So you could just chat that in. For most people, it's to receive support, to receive guidance and clarity and messages. I do have a message that came through again. This is a goddess from my Divine Feminine Oracle deck. And she came through last week when we had our last free Q&A, or our last information session. And her name is Joan of Arc. So Joan of Arc, the warrior of light. Hopefully you can see that. And her message is about having a steel-like faith in ourselves, an unwavering faith in ourselves, without having to hide behind layers and layers of armor and shield and blocks or barriers that prevent others from seeing our light, but also enjoying our light. And this is what's really important. It's about coming out of the goddess closet, right? And just treating yourself, pampering yourself like as if you were already, because you all are, we all are living and breathing goddesses that deserve to thrive and not just survive here. Um, so the angels are here, and they are armoring us with conviction, and empowering us with um, all of the things that are missing right now. So, yeah, so you can just tell me what you think of a goddess. What are the qualities of a goddess? And I'm going to start sharing my screen. Or what are the blocks that prevent you or hold you back from identifying as a beloved, sacred goddess? So I'm going to share my screen now and we'll get started with the presentation. So let me just go to the slideshow and we're going to start. Okay, great. So what I'm going to ask you to do is have a look at the screen, and just Sony, if you could let me know that you could see the screen all right and you could read the text there. Just give me a thumbs up. Let me know. This is a feelings or an emotion wheel. And this feelings wheel or this emotion wheel is very helpful to kind of name and claim what it is you're feeling, because our feelings are so nuanced, they're so multi-layered. And the thing is, if we can't feel our feelings and be clear in our feelings, then we can't heal our feelings. So in order to heal, kind of have to feel. Now, I'm not saying to walk around, in a state of hyperarousal or emotional overwhelm at all, but I am saying to, like, what goddesses do is they allow themselves to express their authenticity, so their truth. So what is it that you're feeling right now? Have a look at the feelings wheel. And you could see that if you're the ones on the inside, which are mad, sad, scared, or joyful, or powerful, um, whatever those are, if you go to the inside of the circle, the very inner core of it, and then you go out, you'll see that behind the fear or uh, the parts of us, our inner children that feel scared, you'll also see that sometimes we behave or we act out in ways that limit us or make us smaller than we are. And because we felt rejected, maybe growing up, helpless, powerless, we act submissive often. We back down or we run away, fight, flight, fear, freeze, right? Fawn, flop. We run away from confrontations or authority figures. These are all indications of a survival response that's still at play from childhood, from being raised in a dysfunctional home by probably emotionally unavailable or wounded parents. And we call this being an adult child. I actually have a podcast about that. If you'd like to visit my website, you could listen to some episodes there. So these ways of being, thinking, feeling, emoting that helped us to keep us alive and to survive as children, they don't help us anymore. They don't serve us and they don't support us. So if you're still feeling like your 5-year-old is scared, that makes you feel insecure, because these are all like basically examples of false beliefs and we're still programmed, right? But right now, we're safe. And that's why I am offering this goddess space so that you can feel safe again and no longer anxious or overwhelmed. Because if you go to the outer circle, you'll see like what's behind the fear, right? What are the ways that how do we relate to people in this world, in this reality? How do we often feel? Because that wounded, scared child is still hiding and still buried deep within us. We act submissive. We behave like a people pleaser or a caregiver or an empath that is super sensitive or intuitive. And so the other thing is, we often get, if you look at the outer circle, discouraged. We hide, we isolate. And these are all ways that used to help us compensate for the lack of attention and kindness and presence that we maybe didn't get consistently growing up. But now they're actually hurting us because they're disconnecting us not only from our higher selves, which is our higher power, our inner healer, and our spirit team or your angels, whoever you work with, if you even know who you work with, but they're also separating you from the whole world. We all know we come from a tribe, it's in our DNA, and we all need to have at least one trusted friend or a group of strong, emboldened women who have been there themselves and can offer us guidance or just like listen to us so we could be heard and seen and valued, appreciated, and also nurtured instead of feeling inadequate, let down, skeptical, frustrated, um, or drained. So this is why we're offering this circle. So let me go to the next page. And this is a monthly thing. So it's not like we'll just see each other once a year, but I'll tell you more about the benefits a little bit later. So please type in any questions as we go along. So what does it mean to be sovereign? So what does being sovereign mean to you? You can just type in the chat box what you understand being sovereign means. So, being sovereign, according to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, means having the highest power, being completely independent, autonomous, and thriving in a state of freedom and liberation. So, we're free from the power or control of others. Where being sovereign means strong, resilient, and having agency over your destiny. Kind of treating yourself like a queen, like a princess or a priestess. But also, when we feel this way about ourselves, um, it's an important position of responsibility, and that's what the true meaning of a of this means, right? So let's go to the next page. What does it mean to embody goddess energy? So, what does embodying goddess energy mean to you? You can close your eyes, you can kind of place your hands over your heart and just breathe and just go inside and ask your inner goddess, what does this mean? Well, what most people identify as goddess energy is a power. It's a power, it's a gift, it's a strength, it's an unwavering steadfastness that is greatly admired by others. This is when you feel beautiful from the inside out, not the outside in, right? Where you don't beat yourself up, you don't judge yourself, you trust your emotional intelligence, you act with emotional intelligence in all of your relationships, you have strong boundaries. It's no problem to say no when you mean no, and yes when you mean yes. So embodying goddess energy is just a frequency. It's a female Shakti potency, mastery, and frequency. And also, if we look at the divine feminine, many of us um, are carrying the disempowered, unhealed wounds from our female matriarchy, from the unhealed male patriarchy. So all of these divine feminine wounds that are passed on to us that don't belong to us, we still carry. So again, this is the solution is to become more aware, more mindful, more relaxed, more present in each and every moment, more patient, more, and also to practice being tenacious. So tenacity is about hopefulness and mostly trusting your intuition and finding a space inside of you, deep inside of you, where you can hold the space or the energy of calmness, curiosity, and self compassion. So, this is a creatrix frequency. This is a self confidence. And it's okay if you're not there yet. This is a process. So now, what is a sanctuary? Definition of a sanctuary is a place where you can come to that offers safe refuge or protection. Some people call it a temple or an ashram. I call it a sanctuary. It's kind of like your home away from home. This is a holy space that welcomes everyone. It's a safe shelter, it's a retreat, it's a haven from our present harsh realities that we can always escape to, we can always find comfort in, and we can always experience a greater sense of peace, space, and ease, kind of like a respite from our daily problems. And this is a place we can look forward to joining and gathering with others who are also working on the same dreams, who share similar visions, values, and would like some support to make whatever it is you've been asking for happen. So it's a place of deep rest, beauty, peace, heart connection, comfort, security. It's a place to rebirth yourself, to really get clear on your soul purpose. And it's also, the sanctuary is a place where you can restore and reset. It's really about rejuvenating and rebirthing your highest self. The benefits of belonging is because we all innately need to belong to a tribe, because we know that thousands of years ago, if we got kidnapped or hijacked or we got lost or separated from our tribe, we could be killed. We could either die or get sick or starve to death and all of these things. So this is why this is still, happening and playing out in our limbic system. It's our emotional brain. And that's why we're all wired, we're all hardwired to belong to a tribe. But a like-minded and like-hearted vibrational matching community who understands you, who gets you at your core. It's your special place. As I said, it feels like your second home or your home away from home. And it's a place mostly to practice feeling safe, being seen, understood, heard, appreciated, acknowledged, and validated, so that we don't have to always seek outside validation. We could always feel good about ourselves. And we can always ask for help, right? Help to process difficult feelings and so forth. It's a place that will never abandon you, judge you, or make you feel different, weird, or quirky. This is a place that helps you to become a better person. Good. So right now, I'm going to share with you. I hope this was clear. So Sony, if you'd like to chat in and let me know if this makes sense to you and if you're getting a little bit excited, more excited than you were before, hopefully. So now I'm going to talk about divine feminine medicine. What is that? So if you look on my website, vandanalighealing.com, you'll notice I have a lot of programs that help to heal the wounded divine feminine. I have priestess attunements. I have ancient Egyptian attunements. I have a goddess Isis attunement coming up. These are all for empowerment. So divine feminine medicine is all about trusting your intuition, self-healing, self-care. It's about gentility. So taking gentleness breaks often, checking in with your feelings like we did before, and not hiding or running away or fighting your feelings, right? We're actually allowing ourselves to gently and slowly allow ourselves to understand and to accept our feelings. So this is divine feminine energy medicine is non-invasive, it's gentle, it's nourishing, it's like a soothing balm that's supporting. And female energy is a receptive energy. So when our divine feminine energy is flowing and fluid and active and balanced, harmonious, you could say, we're more receptive, we're more open, we're not as defensive, we're not triggered, right? But we're just more open and curious and compassionate with ourselves and others. There is no aggression, but there is assertion. And also, if we go back to ancient Egyptian Kemetic medicine, which didn't use any form of artificial chemicals, any artificial drugs or prescriptions, they were all holistic. And that's what a goddess also, this is the way a goddess treats herself with holistic natural remedies, right? With natural brews, teas, potions, herbs, flowers, trees, with aromatherapy. And this is called vibrational healing medicine. So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes right now, or you could just look down at your feet, or you could look straight ahead at a spot on the wall, like a dot or a beautiful image if you have one in front of you. But going inside, closing your eyes and opening your inner eye, I find the most helpful and most relaxing. So, divine feminine medicine is about visualization, visualizing, envisioning, imagining, using the powers of your wildest imagination to be in your flow, right? To be in that Zen state more often, that Delta state more often. It's about deepening, it's about softening, it's about expanding, opening, and receiving all of your feminine birthing centers, right? So it's about seeing and sensing your beauty. It's about hearing and receiving kind and nurturing voices from whoever you refer to or work with now as the archetype of divine mother, having the mother, the nurturing, loving, safe and sane mother that maybe you didn't have growing up. And it's about being your own mother and father. It's about reparenting your little one, your inner child at every age. And this is also about speaking and listening, about authentic self soul expression. And also, a goddess will always honor her body temple, will always trust her intuition when around other people, and will always embody a safe sensuality, sexuality, and also allow herself to be vulnerable, but also trust her heart's emotional intelligence and wisdom. And it's really about knowing yourself and expressing your true self, your essence, your true identity with creativity and courageous confidence. And it's also about opening up all of your psychic chakras so that you could see, hear, feel, know, smell, and taste. You just know that what you're experiencing is real, and you'll be able to tell and perceive when all of your chakras are open and flowing in alignment with each other. You'll be able to see beyond any false realities, any illusions, confusion, or delusion. So, non truths. And this is also the embodiment of a true goddess. And you be able to eventually manifest the kind of reality that you have always wanted, right? That's behind every fantasy, right? So your fantasies are becoming realities. And this is divine feminine womb wisdom. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a moment and check in with you. And then we're going to go, I'm going to take you through a little guided journey, a meditation, a mindfulness meditation. Thank you, Sony. Yeah, thank you for enjoying the content so far. You're my special guest. Where are you in the world? You could just chat that in. But right now, I invite you to get out of your head and drop out of your head and into your heart completely. Can you do that? And when you do that, you're the surrogate for everyone else who will be either dropping in later or who will be listening to the recorded replay. Thank you, Sony. So I'm just going to walk you through 3 steps to self-soothe, which is called havening, which is also something that you'll learn in the Goddess Membership Program. So the first thing is I invite you to just clap once and then raise your hands to the sky in the prayer namaste position and look all the way up and take a nice deep breath. And then exhale longer on the out breath, dropping your hands, lowering your shoulders to the floor or to the sides, to your sides or on your lap. So we'll do that 2 more times. So when you do this, it's really hard to um, it's almost impossible to feel sad or scared, right? Because you're really connecting with your higher self and your guides and the higher dimensions. So again, we're connecting your mind and body. So left hand mind, right hand body, dropping to your center. You can place your hands over your heart space and then raise them up to your third eye and then higher all the way up. Nice deep breath. Hold the breath. I'd make a big ah sound. And you could do that 1 more time with a little smile on your face, even if you don't feel like smiling. And then, oh, right. And then just go ahead and rock from side to side. And imagine that you have a glass pearl, that you're holding this precious, very valuable glass pearl. So you don't want to crush it, but you don't want to drop it. So you just want to kind of rub your hands together until they feel nice and toasty and warm. And you're just introducing a little rocking and swaying back and forth. And this is good when you feel like you're becoming anxious, stressed, or maybe even getting ready to have a panic attack. These are processes that are used on trauma survivors. And this is part of a trauma tapping session that I offer people. So after you do that, just slow down a little more and make sure that you're breathing in and out as you're doing this. Oh, right? Feels good. And then just to rewire your nervous system, you want to just crisscross your arms, each one touching the opposite shoulder. Take a nice deep breath and let go on the out breath. So you're just kind of brushing yourself off, right? Like it, and just remember when someone might have rubbed your shoulders or your arms when you were growing up or even recently, and it's immediately calming and soothing to the nervous system. You can go all the way down to your elbows and even go all the way down to your hands. And then you just shake off whatever you just released, right? Or Take whatever you just released, scoop it up, blow it out, release the anxiety, stress, and pain, and then send it away, right? And this is what we do. And this is a really good start. So I invite you to just imagine that you're in this temple of magical alchemy, where you get to change whatever it is that's not working, whatever it is that's not serving. And we're going to invite in the feminine fire goddess, lioness, Sekhmet. And imagine you're in the temple of Karnak in ancient Egypt. And this beautiful space is filled with water fountains and sunlight or starlight and marble tiles on the floors. And there's gold everywhere. There's incense that you could smell and inhale. And you're wearing a long flowing gown. And you're standing at the entrance asking to be let in. But in order to be let in to meet all of these goddesses that are here to attune you to their vibration, you have to be willing to drop your old false self, all the lies, the stories, the judgments, the false beliefs, the conclusions, the assumptions, the decisions that you're not good enough and you'll never be good enough, all the judgments and comparisons you make about yourself. So please go ahead and drop that at the door. Unzip any armor that is blocking you from deeply heart connecting with these goddesses. And if you feel ready, they're nodding and kind of calling you in. So we have goddess Sekhmet and we have the goddess Cat, the feline goddess Bastet, known as the female of the ointment jar. And they're getting ready to escort you into what we call a soul spa sanctuary. And each of these goddesses carry the divine feminine energy of courage, power, potency. And they all carry their own medicine blends, their own energy frequency, just like you do. But they also have come fully prepared with talismans, with prayers, with blessings, with elixirs, with oils, whatever it is that you need to anoint you and to deepen your connection with them. And now imagine that you're being transported into an inner temple, this inner circle. This is a temple of Ra, the sun god, and Isis. So just imagine that they're greeting you or you're bowing to them. You can meet Nefertiti, Cleopatra, all of the first female pharaohs and physicians, all of the healers and the magicians. They're all here waiting to welcome you into the sovereign goddess sanctuary. And this is a place where you can really unburden, truly unburden from any physical illness, any symptoms of sickness, and they can free you from those spells and banish those burdens and sorrows for you and all of your female ancestors. And now that you passed the first test, you're being escorted, their hands are extending and they're welcoming you. They're ushering you into the next temple room, which is where you'll meet the first female doctors. And their names in ancient Egypt were Merit, Ptah, and Pesahet. And here you're being shown to a healing table strewn with rose petals and oils and everything you need. And you have the first female doulas, birthers, and midwives. They're asking you to just lie down so they could give you Reiki, they could work on you, and they can help you to discharge and release any toxins or poisons that you're still carrying in your nervous system, in your organs, in every cell of your body. They're asking you they're for permission and consent to place their healing hands on you or above you. And now there's even more luminous light that's being infused in this temple room. And you're breathing deeply now into your stomach, into your womb. This is where you store and bury all of these emotions. And they're asking you to release any shadow shame, any vows or contracts of disempowerment, of self doubt. And they're wrapping and cocooning you in this beautiful safety net. Almost feels like you're being swaddled and held in the arms of the goddesses and the healing hands of the goddesses who have come to retrieve you. So allow your head to drop even further. Drop into your heart, 18 inches down between your head and your heart, and then into your belly and womb, into your womb cave of this openness, this emptiness, this spaciousness, this lusciousness. And now Goddess Bastet is coming in again, opening up her fragrance, perfumed ointment jar. You can begin to deepen your inhalations and exhalations even longer and really let out a big sigh or an ah sound on the out breath. And then the lioness goddess Sekhmet is coming in and just massaging you with her, kneading you, right? And just touching you very, very gently over your heart, over your stomach, your power center, and just taking away and extracting what doesn't belong to you. Anything you're holding that's not yours. And you're being connected now to an inner incubation, almost like a royal chamber, this secret healing space called the House of Life. And you have many soul spa attendants. There's a lake, there's a swimming pool, there's a sauna, there's everything you need to de stress and to decompress. And this is a temple of renewal and regeneration. So the first female physicians, Marit Ptah and Pesahet, are giving you a mantra which is called Ethita, which is an opener, it's a loosener, it's a liberator. And they're whispering this in your left and right ears, Ephita, Ephita, Ephita. And all of those shackles of bondage, enslavement, and a hoarded attachment are all just falling away, unwinding and unraveling. So give all of your worries, your fears, your inner terrors and burdens, give them all to these temple goddesses now. And notice that there's smoke and vapors, breathing in this temple incense, which is just so intoxicating. Now you're lying, the bed that you're lying on is changing colors. So it's flashing every color of every chakra, and you're absorbing every chakra color starting at your feet. So breathing in that red color at your feet and an orange color from the back of your chakra to the front of your chakra as you move up to your hips and your lower belly. So breathing in that navel, sunlit, orange, warm, soothing color. And now on the bed, you'll feel that There's a yellow light penetrating into the middle of your spine, the middle of your back, and the front of your stomach, your solar plexus. So see if you could breathe in whatever powers you've given away. And then a green light enters through the front and back of your heart space, an emerald green crystal light. Notice how that feels as that light is saturating and spreading throughout every chamber of your heart. And then breathing in a blue light. You can even rub your neck and throat, brushing any energies around it that have felt like they were suffocating you or courting you so you couldn't speak out, you couldn't speak up. So breathing in that blue, open, that that sapphire, lapis lazuli blue ray, and that is actually melting any compression or constriction in your vocal cords. So breathing in that sapphire blue ray. And then the table is projecting a beautiful indigo light from the back to the front of your third eye. So see if you could just breathe that light in and drink that light in. And last but not least, we have a violet light, and that violet light is opening up your crown chakra, connecting your higher brain, your higher mind, the mind of a manifester, of a creator or creatrix, connecting you to your soul star chakra, your cosmic and your galactic chakras. So now breathing in also a white light and letting that white light just radiate all the way down and through your crown and all the way down to your feet. And let that white light just encircle you, remembering how to speak light language, remembering your highest soul purpose, and that beautiful perfumed ointment is being spread over your temples, over your face, around your eyes, around every micro muscle. And that perfumed ointment from Goddess Bastet is also now sinking into your scalp, into your pores. And this is a relaxing and soothing ointment. This is an ointment, a healing balm, an angelic honey nectar that you can allow it to penetrate through every part of you. And breathing in this beautiful, all of these beautiful remedies, and connecting with Divine Mother here, Mariam, Ishu, Mary Magdalena, and allow that blue silver light to encircle you. Beautiful. Now I'm just going to ask you to stay where you are, just soak in this light. Okay. So how are you feeling right now? Just go ahead and tell me in the chat box how you're feeling. And I am going to prepare just one more slide for you. Amazing. Yay. Okay. I'm going to offer you a trauma tapping session, which is something we'll be doing monthly. And so let me see if I can get the slideshow. Here we are. Can you see that, Sony? My my Sony sister. Okay. Oh, let me just tell you what's happening here. This is a Reiki infused sound healing musical piece. It's a recording that has the energy that holds it, it embodies the energy of magic, of alchemy, of Merlin, of Master Merlin, of wizardry, or of white witchery, whatever you want to call it. But it also is going to help to integrate your divine feminine and your safe, healed masculine. And all you have to do is follow along with me. And this will take about 8 minutes. And this will help to lessen the charges, like the electrical charges, when you feel hyper aroused or hyper vigilant or triggered, anxious, or just feel frazzled or kind of like split and not like yourself, where you feel ungrounded in your body. Okay. So just follow along with me. I'm going to take off my glasses. Okay. Are you ready? Okay. So this will be about 8 minutes. Sit on the edge of your chair if you can, because it works better. Make sure your back is straight. You can close your eyes in a little while. I want you to just think very lightly about something that's been bothering you for a while. And I want you to start tapping on this point on the side of your hand and just assign it a number from 1 to 10 or from 0 to 10. How intense does it feel? And then you'll tell me if the pain was reduced or the stress was reduced after, okay? And these are all acupressure points that connect with different organs and meridians. Keep breathing. Don't forget to breathe. Now place your hands on your lap and take 2 very short bursts of air through your nostrils. And then on the exhalation, make that longer and fuller to completely empty out your lungs. So let's do it again. Now the other side. So you're not reliving what happened. You're not telling that same old story. You're just thinking lightly from a distance, like, oh yeah, I remember feeling that way. not judging how you're feeling or your experience, just accepting whatever happened, not your fault. You did nothing wrong. Now coming here to the inner brows about 15 times. You're just tapping it out, processing out, flushing out those experiences, those feelings, those difficult emotions, or the painful, punishing thoughts. Now try this. Place the other hand over and just cradle your face. Imagine like a goddess Isis is just soothing and holding your face, right? And then slide over. And this is actually allowing you to return to your body and to feel safe in your body. And now drum along your breastbone and collarbone. Yeah, keep breathing, releasing whatever it is that doesn't belong to you, that isn't true about you. And then it's also good for flushing out toxins from your lymphatic system. And then taking 2 breaths in and out. Placing your hands back, crisscrossing them over your heart space, and just soaking in the female and the male, the feminine and the masculine energies and frequencies of Goddess Isis and Master Merlin. And just envisioning now that your whole reality can shift, can change in the blink of an eye as if by magic. And now ask yourself, notice how you're feeling now compared to before on a scale of 1 to 10. What is the level of stress or the symptoms that created so much discomfort? Did it go down from an 8 to a 5 or to a 2? Or is that body pain or mental pain, stress or headaches, have they subsided? And just know that you could do this for yourself every day. And it only takes 8 whole minutes to empower yourself. Good. I'm going to stop this music, and then I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about Sovereign Goddess Sanctuary. So we know the problem is that we take on too much. We're caregivers, we're empaths, we're highly sensitive, intuitive, psychic, super creative. But sometimes we stretch ourselves too thin, too thin. And so the solution is to come out of hiding, isolation, right? And give your inner child permission to heal and to feel with other souls who have walked in your shoes so life can get easier. So this group is for you, Sony, but it's for everyone who deserves to feel safe in their space, who are looking for their tribe, their soul family, which is not so easy to find, especially after the pandemic. and this is a place where you could really reclaim, regroup, but sort of get your energy back, take your energy back, take your powers back, right? Take your royal scepters back, your ankh, your power garments and robes, your crowns of glory, and to really treat yourself like a living goddess again. And this is where you can awaken your inner healer and really work on the qualities of embodying the strength and the confidence of a resourceful, wise, and intelligent goddess. So the benefits are that when you join my monthly membership, you'll receive 2 Divine Feminine self-paced at-home healing programs. That right there is a $500 value, and you could follow along at your own pace. That's why they're self-paced. They also will include check-ins with me. And then you'll receive an invitation to monthly cord clearing sessions, empowerment sessions, 1 monthly Reiki distant healing sessions with a check-in before and after from me, with me. Also, I'm giving everybody a 50% coupon that you can apply to any private healing session, Akashic reading, chakra clearing, attunement, Reiki session, or anything that you need. And this also includes unlimited emails. If you have questions between or our monthly sessions, you can always write to me at vandana@vandanalightshealing.com. If something comes up that you're trying to process that feels really uncomfortable and you can't wait for the monthly meeting, you can always reach out to me for some guidance. You'll also receive early access to my adult child podcasts, my guided meditations on my YouTube channel, and all of the special events. So we'll be meeting online from the comfort and privacy of your own home. No need to travel to any physical location. All sharings are private, confidential, and they'll be we're working on deciding whether recordings will be available right now. So we haven't decided quite yet, but I'm going to be sending you this PowerPoint presentation, and you'll see that the regular uh, price and the value of everything in this Goddess Sanctuary package, this membership that I'm offering now for the first time, was $1,000 and is now only $33 a month, which is probably a few cents a day. So I think that it's highly worth it. I think that this speaks for itself as far as the value goes. You can also save an additional 5% on an annual subscription. Um, so that would be $376.20 for a monthly subscription. So what I'm going to do is stop the screen share and let me just pop in the chat box and see, Sony, if you have any questions for me. I'm just going to type in the link so you can join right now if you're guided to, which I hope you are. And so let me know if you just have found the link in the chat box. You can click on it now because if you wait, it will go away. And then I'm going to type in a link, another link for my upcoming next class, which is called Blue Star Isis Goddess Empowerment Session. This is the highest version of the traditional ancient Kemetic Egyptian goddess Isis. So this is a celestial star Isis. So she has more galactic powers and can help us even more because she's a higher dimensional or a multi-dimensional goddess. So let me just type that in. Yay. Thank you. Oops, so let me see if I can go back here. And here it is, and that's coming up on April 17th. So mark your calendars. April 17th is a Thursday. And let's see, that is going to, I think it's going to be at 12, but it will say that in the in the invitation. And also, just to let you all know, everything is recorded and replays are always available. So there's never going to have to be a scheduling conflict. So no excuses to heal, right? To feel and to heal. So Sony, did you want to unmute your mic and ask any questions? If you have any questions, or just type it in the chat box, no pressure. If there's something that I left out that you're curious about, you can just let me know right now. Did I cover everything, Sony? Do you have anything else that you would like to know? Because what you could do is you could email me later or tomorrow when you receive the replay. Again, my email is vandana@vandanalighthealing.com, and my website is vandanalightshealing.com. I hope you enjoyed today's session, and I'm really happy I was able to meet you, Sony, and for everyone else who is listening later to the replay, I am available. So definitely reach out. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And have a beautiful, blessed weekend. Stay safe. And I hope to see you at the Goddess Sanctuary next week. Bye bye for now.